The sorcerers' descendants. I started hallucinating some stuff that was kind of blurry and stuff like that. And I started thinking about sorcerers because I had a dream the other day and it's talked about sorcerers getting into my head, making me see shit I don't want to see. And in that dream, and I started thinking about that, and it's like, as the sorcerer's descendants, it's basically when everything started and things started moving around, like whatever, and like on Earth or whatever in the ocean. And it's what I believe. It's just belief. It's a theory. And it's what they're making me believe. And these things that they started noticing that there was other living things that they had to feed on, drink water and feed on and shit like that. They started doing witchcraft and shit. They started doing witchcraft, sorcery, to make them look what they wanted them to look like, so they can eat them, like cattle, like more like gluing them together, weaving them, like in a microscopic form. These other microscopic things that were there, but they weren't from descendant from anything. They were just created out of nowhere. Basically, everything the right temperature, everything that has to be for a world to function. And they would make anything that would look sweet into a fruit, anything that looked like meat into meat, and they basically fabricated everything the way they wanted it to look like. But there was competition among them, but nobody can think alike. There has to be like one winner or a few winners, because that's how war is. In the end, you it's a small place. You can find anybody, anything, any creation that's local and stuff like that. And it's like sorcery. Like we were all created by sorcery. It's what the voices are telling me. I believe it. I believe that shit. And they may send enchanting visions of like creations with 3 eyes, supposedly right here. Supposedly it has to have it there. But it was just a machine I saw. It was a machine that had 3 eyes. A woman, blonde hair, and she was laughing, ha 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 ha, and she had 3 fucking eyes and shit like that. But she was like really sexy and shit. And she was just like a computer that was imagined. And there is shit that have more than 1 eye, like spiders. Those fuckers have like 5 eyes and shit like that. And basically, survival of the fittest, whatever, like is the best design. Basically, 2 eyes is what wins. Except for fucking spiders. If a fucking spider bites you and shit, that you can die, you know. If it's like a really poisonous one, you know. And I wouldn't say the Black Widow and shit like that. And I ended up like having visions of like Transformers and shit like that. But they didn't really transform. They had more gears than anything else. But they looked like Transformers and shit like that. Like real metallic, like silver. And visions of lizards by the ocean, and like turd-like creatures that look like splattered crap that had mouths and like eyes and shit like that, like 2 eyes, and they would move around like those things from like Little Mermaid and shit like that, from Ursula's dwelling, when they would like look all sad and shit, all fucking old and shit, and like wrinkled. They couldn't like that, but they were like craps and shit like that. And shit like that, and I'm like, what the fuck? And like some cartoons and shit like that, a woman riding a horse, blonde hair, of course, and wearing a robe and shit like that. But as for the sorcerers, I think they're like something smaller than microscopic. We may know them as something that eats and drinks water and shit like that to survive. We may know who created all these humans. We may know who they are as sorcerers. And as sorcerers' descendants, they didn't really have descendants. They just started making up shit, putting shit people in animals and plants, and like making them produce so they can eat too. And they said the technology isn't free being in the human body. So it's like, I guess enjoy, you know.